Hey, this is your boy Ty Martin. Welcome to OTT, One Touch Talk, on a subject that it's sensitive to some people, but not. Basically, I want to talk about today spending time with loved ones. I feel as if spending time with loved ones is really important. Loved ones meaning family, friends, person you care about in general. I feel like with the holidays came like everybody came together, but we all know that most people have that I can only tolerate certain people at certain times for a length of time. Well, time's too short for that. And as you get older, you should, want to adapt and interact with that person more. You know, this morning I was gonna have a guest, Nikki Lester, but something came up, so I'm gonna this is her subject, so I'm gonna follow through with it. So, and just talking with her and having a powwow, and we're like, hey, let's make it about this because I feel like it's a great subject to talk about. We take things for granted. We take family members for granted. We do a lot, but at the end of the day, it's like being a bigger person. It's always the hardest thing to do. But other than that, we try to make it work. I mean, family is important. Trust me, I'm 1,194 miles away from my family and I miss them every day. But the reason being here is a positive reason and, it works. My thing for you, if you feel like there's that certain person in your family like you just can't stand, I mean, let's try not to ignore them. Let's try to acknowledge them, and maybe things will change. But I mean, it. You don't need to have that gap, if you know what I mean. That gap in your family. You want to make it a whole. Like it has to be a whole. It's an amazing thing to me. Like growing up and being around all my family and then being older and realize how much I miss these people because I've been 1,194 miles away from them. So it's kind of one of those things where, it's like, I took these people for granted and now I kind of miss them. And then you hear bad things like, maybe passing away or, for me, it's a lot of people, a lot of cousins that I grew up with that I probably will never, yeah, well, I'll see them again in the afterlife. But it's like it'd been nice to say goodbye. I really had no problems with them or anything like that. It's just we would close like we should have been. You start off as kids close, but then you grow up and have differences. And I think that mentality right there, that mentality having a difference, and a lot of people in families think sometimes they're better than the other people, but it's never like that. It's at the end of the day we have the same, semi same blood running through our body. We were cut from the same cloth. Our history, your history is pretty much similar. Because you're related. So and also not even that, like being a good friend as well. If that brings the positiveness to your life, or you had a friend you had a falling out about, and both of y'all are too stubborn to try to do something about it. Everybody want to act so tough and so hard, but when something major happen, they break down. I just don't think it should be that way. I don't think it should be that way at all. We spend most of our lives getting callous and malice over the dumbest stuff in the world. And yet nobody takes the time out to say, I put all this energy into, being angry and, hating somebody when you could put the same energy into loving that person and being there for that person. Because you never know, at the end of the day, you never know who helped you. That's why I'm nice to everybody. I'm always nice to everybody. I got no issues with everybody. I treat everybody like I want to be treated. But back to spending time. Time is of the essence. I mean, it seems like a lot of it when you're a kid, but it's really not that. It goes so fast. And, we need to, it's 2020. We need to come together. I know everybody always say, new year, new me. No, it's the same you because you have the same mentality. You can think different and try to think different, like on a different level, but you always convert back to that safe point, and we want to get out of that safe point and start spending time with family members. Just give them a call, say, hey, I love you. And I'm at fault for that as well because I too, I try to call as many as my relatives as possible. I have a lot. Yeah, I know, and I need to split it up sometimes, but I don't know. I gotta not stick to the main ones because they're so easy. They're already expecting me to call, or expecting me to send a message saying, hey, how you doing today? I haven't heard from you. I need to know if you're alive. You know, if we can, as people, if we can overcome, adapt, and grow, we can be better people at the end of the day. With this whole mess in the world, we just got to take it how it comes. Not everybody believes in love and peace. It's not. It's not common. It's easier to hate. It's easier to hate and let go rather to love and hold and be fulfilled. It's it hurts me. It hurts my heart. I'm a big guy. I'm not as tough as I used to be. I think I got a little soft, but I call on it when I need it. But everybody, it's about pride, and when it comes to my family, pride is nothing because at the end of the day, no matter how much we fight, I know I love them unconditionally. And for me, a lot of regrets, but moving forward in the future, I will do the same myself. Reach out to those people. Say, hey, I love you. You know, reminisce on the old times and what keeps you smiling. You can look back to when it was innocent. But yeah, reach out to those loved ones. Try to settle your differences and try to stay close because at the end of the day, we have, should I say. People forget that no one person can do one thing by themselves. If you're by yourself and you're feeling successful, that's great for you. But I really feel for you because at the end of the day, it's when you have nobody really on your side, it kind of sucks. So that's why I love that saying when they say blood is thicker than water. But yeah, I don't, let's come together. Let's put aside our differences. And, you can't make the world perfect, but you can attempt. You can attempt. You know, it's nothing like that. You can attempt. We need to love each other. Close these gaps. Cement down foundations. Establish that relationship with family and loved ones. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm your host, Ty Martin, OTT, One Touch Talk. So I talked about my subject. I got all what I said out. You can leave your comments below, like and subscribe. This is the first video, so it's the first major video, so I'm trying to make sure I get this going. So like and subscribe. There's many more to come. And like I said, I will have guests. It will be in different locations. Once again, I want to thank Nikki Lesnar, Taylor, Julian Walker. Who else did I have in mind? Lewis, Brandon Snyder. I want to thank all the people that gave me motivation to do this. I'm sorry I can sit here and name all day, but I don't want to do that. I wanted to make my first video about 10 minutes long. I achieved that goal. So to y'all, I want to say I've touched on this subject, and I'll see y'all next time. And talk to me. If you see me out, talk to me. Now, what did I say? You see me out? Talk to me.